In the bustling streets of a small city, amid the noise of traffic and the cries of street vendors, stood a man with tired eyes and a gentle smile. His name was Ravi. Every morning, he set up a small wooden cart filled with colorful handmade toys, tiny wooden cars, cloth dolls, spinning tops painted with bright colors. He wasn't always a street vendor. Once, Ravi had worked in a factory, a steady job, a modest home, a simple life. But when the factory shut down, he lost everything. His wife had passed away 2 years earlier, leaving him to raise their 7-year-old son, Oriv, alone. Ravi promised himself one thing: no matter what happened, his son would study, would dream, and would become someone he could never be. Even if it meant Ravi had to stand on the street from sunrise till nightfall, selling toys to strangers who barely looked at him. Every night, Ravi walked home with sore feet and an empty stomach, but he always carried something, a smile for his son and a few coins in his hand. He'd quietly count the money, setting aside the school fee, the bus fare, and a few rupees for rice and lentils. Oriv, unaware of the depth of his father's sacrifice, used to run to him shouting, "Papa, did you sell all your toys today?" And Ravi would smile, no matter how the day went. "Yes, beta. One day, these toys will take us somewhere better." In school, Oriv was a bright student, curious, kind, and full of imagination. His favorite subject was art, and his drawings often showed a man selling toys under the sun, with a small boy helping beside him. One evening, as Ravi was packing up, a sudden rainstorm hit. People ran for cover, and within minutes, his toys were drenched. The paints washed away, the wood swelled, and all his work for the week was ruined. Ravi stood there, soaked, helpless, clutching what was left. He didn't cry. He just looked up at the sky and whispered, "Please, not today." That night, Oriv noticed his father's silence. He didn't eat dinner. The boy quietly placed his only possession, a small piggy bank, on the table and said, "Papa, you can take my savings." Ravi broke down for the first time. He hugged Oriv tightly. "No, beta. You'll keep it. Because one day, I'll make sure you never have to worry like this." The next morning, at school, Oriv's teacher, Ms. Mira, noticed he didn't have his drawing kit. When she gently asked, he said, "My papa will buy it when he sells more toys." Something in the boy's tone struck her. That afternoon, as she walked home, she saw a man sitting by the roadside, his cart full of colorful toys, his clothes wet and faded. Children were passing by, excitedly pointing at the toys. And then she recognized him. It was Oriv's father. Ms. Mira stopped, stunned. She watched as Ravi carefully repaired a small toy car, with trembling hands, smiling at each customer, even when they bargained harshly. When their eyes met, he quickly looked away, embarrassed. She walked up to him. "Mr. Ravi, you're Oriv's father, aren't you?" He hesitated, then nodded, unable to speak. "I didn't know you made these by hand," she said softly, picking up a wooden bird. "They are beautiful." Ravi smiled faintly. "They are just toys, madam. I make them so my son can study." The next day, Ms. Mira brought one of Ravi's toys to school and showed it to the principal. "Do you see this?" she said. "This man makes art with his hands, and his son has inherited his talent. We can help him." Within a week, the school organized a charity exhibition, Dreams of Wood and Color, featuring Ravi's handmade toys and Oriv's drawings inspired by them. Parents, students, and local artists came together. The story of a poor father and his son's dreams spread like wildfire. People bought every toy. Some offered orders. Local news covered the story, a father's love carved in wood. Ravi was overwhelmed. For the first time, he wasn't selling on the street. He was being celebrated. Months passed, and life began to change. With the community's help, Ravi opened a small toy workshop. Oriv's drawings decorated the walls. He hired a few workers who'd also lost their jobs, saying, "No one should have to beg for an honest living." Oriv continued school, becoming one of the best art students. Every year, he gifted his teacher a hand-painted toy, a reminder of the day she saw what others ignored. One evening, as Ravi watched Oriv paint under the light of a small lamp, he whispered, "Your mother would be proud." Oriv smiled. "No, Papa. I am proud of you."